If I could go back in time and tell my past self 3 things before starting my real estate photography business, I would have saved myself months or even years of frustration and made a lot more money a lot faster. Whether you're just getting started or struggling to land clients in your real estate photography business, this video is going to save you from making some of the mistakes that I did. And stick around to the end because I'll share one mindset shift that completely changed my business. I spent so much time obsessing over getting my photos to look perfect, thinking that if I just got that one magical looking edit, realtors would automatically start booking me. But here's the truth, good photos don't get you clients, marketing does. Here's the breakdown. Most agents can't tell the difference between a great looking shot and a good enough shot. And if you've seen my other videos, chances are you've heard me talk about good enough quite a bit. These agents care way more about speed, convenience, and trust than whether or not your white balance is 100% perfect. I've seen average photographers make more than 6 figures simply because they're good at sales and marketing. Meanwhile, I've seen amazing photographers struggle to book jobs because they rely on their skills alone. Here's what I wish I did sooner. I would have focused on building relationships, not just my portfolio. I would have learned how to sell my value more, not just show off what I was capable of doing. Then I would have created a simple client acquisition system that I could wheel over again and again, consisting of cold outreach, social media content creation, and frequent follow-ups. So if you're spending hours tweaking your edits, but you haven't talked to a single real estate agent this week, I'm going to tell you one thing, you're focusing on the wrong things. When I first started, I thought to myself, I just need to market to all realtors and I'll get bookings. But that was a huge mistake. Not all agents are good clients for you to have. And most realtors, they either don't have enough listings often enough or don't care enough about marketing their listings. If they only have 1 or 2 listings per year, they're going to try and hoard all the possible money that they can to get the biggest possible check at the end of these houses for sale. They don't have, really the budget to pay for premium media, and it's not important to them because they're just going to keep doing their 1 or 2 every single year and taking the cash from it. You have to actually target top producing realtors. These are the agents that are selling, depending on your market, 500,000 plus homes, or in my market, $4 million plus homes consistently. You could also go to brokerages that handle multiple listings every single month and get in as their preferred vendor for photographer. You could just go after agents who value marketing. Look for realtors already posting professional photos and videos on Instagram and the MLS. All of these things, the people that you target, the people that you are going to actually try and work with, the people who are going to make you real money, is going to spell the difference between a successful real estate photography business and kind of struggling. Here's how I wish I approached this sooner. I wish I would have stopped wasting time cold messaging random agents and started targeting only the top 10% of realtors in my market. I would have checked the MLS for agents who consistently have active listings over $500,000. And you don't need necessarily access to the MLS. You can go on Zillow, you can go on Redfin, you can go and look up the past history of these agents on their actual brokerage websites. So if you find someone's name and you can go on their brokerage and then just see all the past listings that they've done, it's gonna be pretty obvious whether or not they're a high-performing realtor. You have to focus on relationship building, not just sales alone. So as much as I hate to recommend this, I do think offering free value, drone shots, intro videos, highlight videos to get your foot in the door is a fantastic idea, especially if you just start going into open houses with your camera and tripod in hand, and then you offer to take 6 or 7 sample photos to send to the realtor. That actually kills 2 birds with 1 stone because you're going in, you're talking, you're getting FaceTime with these people and offering them something of value. You don't have to schedule free shoots for people. You don't have to do a lot of free work, but if you're going into an open house when it's slow, make sure it's not super busy, and you're offering to take 6 or 7 sample photos, you get their contact information, you reach out to them to send them the materials, you follow up with them every few weeks. The name of the game here is you just slowly build your master leads list over time with all the new realtors that you're meeting. You keep calling them until they tell you, hey, I never want to work with you ever in my life, or they have a listing for you. Those are the only 2 options. So before you send another cold message to some random agent, do this. Check how many listings they've had in the last 90 days. If it's less than 3, move on. In the beginning of my business, I didn't really know anything about bundles or packages. I had all my a la carte services on my page and I didn't even have any packages together. As time progressed, I built a few smaller packages, but they weren't anything close to what I have now. Doing the a la carte services is just a huge mistake because real money in real estate photography and media services in general isn't in just the photos, it's in the packages, and here's why. A single $150 photo shoot won't make you a lot of money. But if you bundle video, drone, floor plans, virtual tours, suddenly that $150 shoot turns into a $700 plus order depending on your market. The biggest photographers in this industry make their money by stacking services, not just delivering photos. And here's how I wish I would have approached pricing in the beginning of my business. Offer 4 clear packages. For example, the basic, it could be photography and a floor plan, aerial photos, and a short reel. This could be your basic bundle for something like $349 all the way up to $600 depending on your market. The second one could tack on, a property video and some drone. And then the third one can tack on a property website, maybe some virtual twilights or virtual staging or something like that. And then your fourth one is going to be your anchor price. If you've watched my other videos, you've heard me talk about this time and time again. Having an anchor bundle is the single best thing you can do for your website, because if you have slightly higher prices where your first bundle starts at something like $500 and then it goes up to $700, $800, and then your fourth bundle's $2,000, people are going to see the $2,000 and suddenly think that $800 isn't that bad. On top of this, even if people are still wanting to go after your individual services and you don't have them on your website, but people ask, well, can you just do photos or whatever? Always upsell at the time of booking. This is why I really don't like shopping carts, because the more automations you add to a real estate photography business, the more money you lose out on. As soon as someone fills out your inquiry form on your website and you receive that email, you pick up the phone and call them. What I really wish I would have done in the beginning of my business is made video a really core part, because I didn't start doing video until I was already about a year into real estate photography. But even just a simple social media walkthrough can add more than $100 per shoot. And it's really, really important. Most markets, a lot of other real estate photographers aren't focusing on this. So if you nail videography, and I've got Property Video 101, the online course that can absolutely help you do this. If you absolutely nail video, chances are there's a hole in your market for it and people will come flocking to you. So if you're stuck at the $150 per shoot level, it's time to start thinking bigger. Create packages that make you more money per job instead of constantly chasing more clients. Me specifically, my business, I don't have 50 clients that I'm working for. I've got something like 15, 16, or 17 really core clients that book really big packages all the time. At the end of the day, real estate photography isn't just about taking pictures. It's about learning how to market yourself, targeting the right clients, and maximizing each job for more profit. If you can shift your mindset to I take photos to I run a real estate media all-in-one service business, everything changes. And if you want more help with growing your real estate photography business, make sure to hit like and subscribe and check out my coaching program in the description below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.